What's up, everybody? It's your boy 45 back in the mix for another edition of the Hot Seat. Got a special guest with me, man. Known as this young brother, man. He from the city of Houston, on the south side, straight out of South Lawn. This man good forever. He been signed. He independent. 97 on the box, fucking up your nearest poetry reading, open reading. Welcome to the show, Dante motherfucking Higgins.
My nigga, what up, boy? What up?
Man, what's going on, dog?
And I'm
What's
happy
going down?
we could finally get it in, man. I've been knowing you for damn near 15 years. We finally get it on, man.
My nigga, I never forget, nigga. I met fucking at the apartments over there at the squares. You say, damn, all y'all niggas do is smoke and sell dope all day. I say, man,
nigga couldn't even breathe in him. Every time I walk, I say, man, every time I walk in here, I can't breathe, man. God damn.
4-5, you in here selling dope, man. Say, bro.
That
I'm
nigga
trying.
4-5.
I can't go out there and be on the football field like you boys, man. I'm trying to get it another way.
Man, nigga, I already knew when you came around, there was something going on, man. That nigga ain't showing up for nothing.
Man, I tell people all the time, I say, man, remember we ain't had no all the black people didn't have nowhere to party, man. I used to rent out the club every Thursday night. Everybody has somewhere to go and party. Arlen used to DJ. We always had somewhere to go to post
when I
up,
was
man.
there, it started going down, nigga. I started throwing house parties and crazy. It was going down when we was there.
Yeah.
You know, I went back to Kingsville, man. They don't even be having parties like that no more.
Oh no, Kingsville terrible, bro. I ain't gonna even sit here and lie to you, my nigga. They terrible. Football team trash. Yeah. I be pulling up homecoming and get disappointed every year.
Oh man, shit. Yeah.
Every year. Every year, man.
Man,
So what's going on though, bro? Man, goddamn, man, it's quarantine. Motherfuckers out here marching. We militant. We moving. What's good?
Man, I just been staying. You know, I had my son, man. He 9 months today. So I really just been trying to stay away from everybody so I don't bring home no diseases and no sickness to the family, man. That's all I've been trying to do.
Man, now let's back it up a bit, man, because a lot of people, man, I don't know how they don't know who you are. But in case somebody out there listening, they don't know who you are, man, tell these people who you are, man, and how you got started, man. Because to be honest with you, I didn't even know, nigga, you rapped until you was already back in the city.
Yeah. Man, that's when I actually got serious and started pumping the music because I played football. I love football. A lot of people thought I was gonna make it in football. And that's actually how I ended up using my government name, Dante Higgins, because I was known all over the city for playing football. I'm Greater Houston, one of the top receivers, so everybody used to call me Dante Higgins because my family used to wear jerseys, my jersey with my name on them. So when I started rapping, I just said, you know what, I'm gonna just keep my government name because I ain't want to have no rap name and people be trying to figure out, oh, who is that? Who is that? I'm gonna just keep my government name so everybody already know me. Man, I started rapping like middle school. You know, I'm S.U.C screwed up thick, Big Pokey, Big Mo, Kiki. Used to see them all the time, so I always wanted to freestyle and rap. And through middle school, I was rapping with a Undergravity, Freshest MCs, Mac and Adam. We got a project out. They're the ones really put the mic in my hand, taught me how to rap, spit balls and everything. I always was talented with words, writing and writing stories and everything. But I got serious when I finished college. And, I was letting people hear some songs I did in school or whatever. They was like, man, this stuff here can go. So I started putting it out, man, and the buzz caught on, man. It caught fire.
Mm-hmm. Now, man, when you went to school, like we went to school in Kingsville, man. Now you see people like Eddie B, man. His comedy taking off, man. He traveling around the world doing comedy, and he about to get his own show. So, I mean, it's like we come from a real talented melting pot of people, and it's just a blessing, man, to see you. You know what I'm saying, coming to fruition of what you're trying to do. And yeah, I salute that, man. But so you was rapping. Now you got signed. Talk a little bit about you being signed. How did that even come about? Because you were signed to C-Stone Breadwinner, right?
Right. I had I was doing my stuff on my own, man. I was had started with Magic Mike. Magic Mike, rest in peace. That was my engineer, the person I was doing music with. Nothing. He did all my projects, all my CDs. When I got home from college, man, he heard me rap. He was like, man, I want to help you out. I was like, man, I really ain't got the money. He, man, don't worry about no money, man. You talented, you from the hood, I got you. And he did all my CDs from Rhymes for Days all the way up to Good Forever until he passed away. And when he passed away, I ended up paying my Achilles around that same time. So I didn't do music for like a whole year. And I did a concert and ran into C Stone, Breadwinner, Johnny Dang and them. And they wanted to talk about music and everything. So we chopped it up. I hung with them for like a year just to get the vibe, make sure everything was good. Then we worked out a little deal, and that's how I ended up signing with Breadwinner.
Now what happened? What happened with that situation? Because now it's good forever.
Right, right, right. Well, what happened with that situation is I pretty much had been running my own ship for so long, doing stuff how I like to do it. And one of the agreements that we had was I was gonna be able to keep making the same music that I make. You know, I'm country rap, I like soul, all that type of stuff. So we was kind of going back and forth on like beats, like trap beats, stuff they wanted me to do, and we were just bumping heads on a lot of business stuff. Like I felt needed to be done for me that I could do on my own. You know, I'm like, man, I can do all this stuff on my own. If y'all can't do what I can't do, then I really feel like I don't need to be signed. Like the whole process of me signing was for y'all to be able to do the stuff I can't do. But if y'all gonna do everything I can do, I could just start my own stuff and pick up on my good forever and just go with what I got. So when we had some meetings or whatever, we kind of had they didn't want to let me go because you know I mean we family first. It would never no beef or no fighting and nothing. They was just like, man, come on, man, let's try to work out. And I was just at the point where I was like, man, I don't even feel like working it out no more. I feel like I could do it by myself and I had the good forever. I just wanted to put good forever first because you know they was dealing with the jewelry, the breadwinner, the all of the flashy stuff, and it really didn't fit my style of person who I am. You know, I'm not into big jewelry and diamonds and all that stuff. I really didn't want to wear all that, and they felt like that was a good idea, and a lot of little disagreements. So we figured the best thing to do was for us to, you know what I'm saying, go our separate ways.
Hmm. Now, what lesson did you learn from that situation? So, if anybody's up and coming that's trying to be a rapper, trying to get in the game, what is something that you took away from that experience? Because here you are, you doing everything independently, making music with your partner, and may he rest in peace. And now you're in another situation where you feel like, okay, I'm on my way now. All the work I done put in is going to pay off,
Right,
and then
right.
it's not really what I thought it was going to be. So, what type of advice would you give somebody that's up and coming and trying to get into the game as far as
Now,
that situation?
so man, the first advice I'm gonna give is when you doing a contract or you about to work something out with somebody, you got to make sure that easy how easy it is for you to sign to get in the contract with them. It got to be that easy to get out of it. You don't want to you. Some people they just sign that paper. It's easy to sign it, but then it's hard to get out of. You got to go through all types of stuff to get out there. So my thing was when I signed was I'm gonna keep on being independent. I'm gonna keep on doing everything I gotta do. I'm gonna keep on paying for everything I pay for and doing everything I can do. So when I make my mind up, this ain't what I want to do no more, and we go back and look at these numbers and everything, I don't owe nothing. I pretty much owe myself. So you can't keep me or say I owe you something. So that's one way you have to be. If you have always be able to keep yourself out of situations that you get in. And another thing is, man, ain't nobody gonna work hard harder for you than your own self. You know, a lot of people think when you get with big time artists or get with a big time group that you own and you really don't be on, you be worse off than what you was before you even started. And I didn't want to be worse off than I was with popular people than I could be by myself, if that makes any sense.
Hmm.
I
Now
rather
I know you.
struggle. I rather struggle by myself.
Now I know that you talk about being a conscious rapper and things like that. I know Lupe Fiasco actually heard one of your mixtapes, right?
Yeah, Lupe, I met Big Pokey, man. Big Pokey know I love Lupe Fiasco, man. And Lupe was here. He called my phone and made sure that me and Lupe met each other and talked, man. Cause he Lupe a big influence on the way I rap. A lot of people used to call me Lil Lupe. I used to hate that, man. Look, I'm done tell you. They used to call me Lil Kanye. A lot of these little people because they figured I sound like them. Now I'm Dante Higgins. But Lupe had a big influence on the way I rap now.
Hmm. Now talk a bit. What was it like when speaking meeting him or talking to him? And what advice did he give you?
Man, the thing I like about Lupe is Lupe. You know what I'm saying? If a lot of people would use the word probably square, lame, something like that, but Lupe he's square and he was around a whole bunch of gangsters. He would trade the truth. He would trade the truth and a whole bunch of gangsters from all around the city that I know. And he looking like a little college kid with glasses on, and I feel like that's the same way that I used to look or I look around when I go to the hood. I don't look like the gangster that the people that I hang around, because I grew up, what I'm saying, South Lund, Third Ward, Scott Street. So most of the people that I hang around, they look hood, tattoos and everything. I'm not like I don't look like that, but I blend right in. So for me seeing that and me hearing him rap and knowing his background, that made me feel comfortable. Hey man, I don't have to really rap about everybody rapping about. I could do what I do and make it cool. He came out with a song called Kick Push, talking about skateboarding. When nobody really skateboarding, but the way he put the twist on it, he made skateboarding cool. It make you want to go get a skateboard because of the story he told behind the skateboard.
Hmm.
And that's what opened my mind up to, man, I can talk about stuff that I like to do. I just have to make it cool.
Got
And
you.
he came out with a CD called Cool. And so a lot of stuff Lupe talked about and he rapped about and narrative. I saw a lot of Lupe in myself.
Now, how did the SUC become such a big influence in your life?
Man, I
Because
grew up.
you got a song called 1996, and you got the remix with Lil Kiki. So just talk about a
Right.
little bit about the influence of the,
Man,
of
I
the
got
SUC,
songs
man.
with Big Pokey, ESG. I try to, man, anytime I hear a song that give me a SUC Houston screwed up click feel, I have to do the SUC type of style, but I have to do it my way. I grew up on screw tapes. My uncle, Scooter, Michael Taylor, they used to hang with DJ Screw. The screw shop was on Cullen. I used to ride my bike, my mongoose, down to the screw shop to see all SUC standing outside by my screw tapes from Screw actual store where Screw was at. So that's all I seen. So they was like superstars to me. Jay Z, all of them, they wasn't superstars to me. Big Mo was a superstar to me because I was able to see him and I saw him hanging with my uncle. They was giving my uncles shout outs on the CDs and they was talking about my neighborhood where I was from so I could relate to SUC music. So
Yeah, I
man,
got a chance to meet Big Mo. I got a chance to meet Big Mo and ESG. They performed at Trey Wins one night. They did the
yeah.
song they did when Man was on fire. So
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, man.
he a
Man,
real
ooh,
cool
yeah, when
brother,
that
man.
man came out,
Yeah.
man, the city went crazy. And Big Pokey was on that last verse. He from the hood too.
Hmm.
Man, you couldn't tell us nothing when Big Pokey verse came on.
Now, why do you think they didn't reach the height of success as you would think they would have outside of the city of Houston? Unlike a Slim Thug or a Chameleonaire or Paul Wall or even a Mike Jones, that had success nationwide. Guys like Big Pokey and members of the SUC really didn't get that love and that appreciation like they did in the South, and especially in Texas. Why? Why do you think that
Man,
is?
S.U.C. at that time, I feel like at the time they came, the early 90s, 94, 90, they was so big and they was selling out clubs. Like, man, S.U.C. was big in Houston. Like, people
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
really going. It's, man, screwed up click. They was known all over. They just didn't have that worldwide impact yet. I think we have a culture that's so our culture is so strong in the South and Houston. People didn't understand it. People didn't understand the sipping syrup and the double cups and the way we dress, the South Side phase, the 9 5s. And in Texas and in the down south area where we at, we just cool. Like this is what we do. This how we rocking, and this how we going. And another thing was I think the business side, they wasn't really focused on the business. They was a lot of drugs was involved, a lot of bad contracts, and they was doing it independent. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. That's back when they didn't want to get no big label. They was making enough money independent where they didn't need no big label. They was going gold independent. Going gold independent was big back in those days. going gold independent better than going platinum on a major label. They was getting some serious money, so they didn't really want to venture off into getting that big, business,
Now,
the
did you
business
ever listen
side.
to the Faculty Killer Clan organization? You ever listen to them?
Killer Clan organization. Now, what is that?
You never it's a Southern hostility on the killing me, on the whole nation to feel the faculty. It's a group from back in the day. They from the south side of Houston, Killer Clan
Nah,
organization. The
I had to miss
faculty.
the fact, man. You know what? That sound familiar, but
Hmm.
I don't think I jammed that. I don't think I. Maybe I have to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, it's back in the day. I'm talking about you gotta dig in the crates for something like that, man. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
even sit here and lie to you, bro. You gotta really dig in the crates for something like that. But it's just because I say that to say this because I was around it, man. I was around that
right,
S.U.C coach. I was around all that music culture. So it's just like a breath of fresh air, man, to hear somebody like you who kind of bring that vibe back that's young and not, you know what I'm saying, and still and can connect, you know what I'm saying? So connect the dots for people who don't know it. Make a person want to run back and check out
right.
a big pokey song, a issue, a
Yeah,
great tape, and all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah,
man,
man.
that's what
Pat,
I'm saying,
Pat,
man. Like,
Kiki.
yeah,
They inspired me to rap. Kiki was one of my favorites. You could tell me I wouldn't look Kiki back in the day. Southside, Fat Pat, Big Pokey, man. They just you can hear it all in my music. How country I sound when I rap, the flow patterns, the flows. I try to base a lot off of the S.U.C music I used to hear. So, because a lot of people say I sound East Coast. Man, you sound like you from the East Coast music. You know what I'm saying, over the soul beats. So I have to make sure I put the Houston touch on it. So when I tell people I'm from Houston and they listen, they like, oh yeah, I can hear it now. I can hear the words dying and you know how we say down, dying and coming down and all that. They once they know I'm from Houston, they start picking up on the slang and the way I'm saying it. Like, yeah, that's H Town.
now, what do you think? What is your conscious side come from? Because I've watched you do poetry, go out to poetry readings and open mics, and do your thing with the poetry, man. So, what do you think that side of you comes from, as far as just tapping into a whole nother vein of creativity and
Man, I
artistry?
think me, I always been creative telling stories or I really don't like to conversate with a lot of people, like talk. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even know. When we was in school, you probably thought I was quiet. Like you say, you didn't know I rapped. I don't really like to talk to people I don't know or talk about subjects unless I really know you. So I feel like a lot of ways I could get stuff out my mind or off my chest is if I put it in a poetry or spoken word, or if I do a song about it and then I put it out that way, and people hear it and be like, "Damn, I didn't even know you felt like that or thought about that." I just feel like I could get my point across better if I do it in a way where I'm rapping or something like that, poetry or something. So
Yeah.
that's the only reason the conscious side come at me.
And now, when you doing your music and things like that, how much how much of what's going on in the world today play a part in that? Like, are you aware, like, as far as what you putting out, like how, like you said, when you were signed, you didn't agree with some of the direction they wanted you to go in. So whenever you sit down and say, okay, it's time to lock in and make a project, like, do you like go back and you turn on the news and read the papers
Yeah.
and look online and see what's going
Man,
on? And
a lot of my music is what's going on in the world today from a regular person point of view. The person that get up and go to work every morning, have to drop the kids off at daycare. I'm rapping for them where they understand my stories and they can connect. Those are people buying and jamming the music. I don't want to rap about Maybachs and all that. Everybody don't own a Maybach, so sometimes people don't want to hear about the flashy diamonds. I try to rap about what's going on in the world right now. Like I did two features today, and in both of those features, I talked about stuff that was going on the news with George Floyd and all that type of stuff today because I let the world and what's going on in society write my flows, write my lyrics.
hmm Now, when you watch something, a situation like George Floyd, may he rest in peace. How does that move you? Because you're a young father and you're a black man in America and you from the hood. So how does that? How do you take a look at that and say, man, like, what can I do? What can I do with my part and myself to help, you know, put a stop to this, to help, uh, you know, transition to something better.
Yeah, man. It's like how I look at it. Like you have some people just talk about a lot of like I don't really like to touch on that subject with a lot of people because I feel like they don't think like I think. They try to do impossible things. You know what I'm saying? Like they try to change the world, change this. I feel like it's like a school project. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing a school project and you in a group, everybody have to do what they have to do in the group to make that project go. So if somebody doing the head and you doing the end, you doing the middle, you doing the research, you got to bring it all together to make your group project be the best project. So you can't have one person protesting, one person in the front, one person trying to feed the homeless, one person do. If we all come together and everybody do a certain task, we all could come together and we all could prosper and be better at what we're trying to do or reach the goal faster. So
Now,
I
have
feel
you now
like,
have you ever experienced firsthand racism?
man, I have never been called a nigga by a white person, but at the same time, I really didn't see white people till I got to college. I grew up in we didn't grow up around white people, but
Got
far as the police, I probably got 3, 4 times on the top of my head where the police and can't, you know what I'm saying, did something that wasn't right or just picked on me because of the neighborhood I was in, not knowing that I was a good kid or one of the good kids. And when they come through third ward or South London, everybody is the same. Everybody they have to treat everybody like like they mean business, like they here to not play around, try to put that fear in you because they feel like everybody in the hood is the same person. So I've experienced 3 or 4 times where they done came through and I just like, man, I don't know who you think I am, but that's not me. They don't really care about that. That's one thing I don't like about police and made me not trust them. And I have my son, brother, a police officer, my cousin, I got 2 cousins and one of my best friends, a police officer. But
hmm
don't get me wrong, it's a lot of good cops, but I feel like in our neighborhoods are so bad it makes cops come off with attitude and bad off top as soon as they approach. When you're in a good neighborhood, they don't come off where I'm at now, they don't come at you like that when you in a good neighborhood and you look like you belong there. So it is uh racism is where you stay at, what kind of car you in, your neighborhood, have they seen you around this neighborhood? All that type of stuff play a big factor into how a police officer is going to approach you. And for me being from the hood, I didn't got approached the wrong way a lot of times, more than the right way.
Okay. Now, man, let's go ahead and transition to the sports, man. How the fuck you became a big Duke Blue Devils fan, bro? Where
Man,
that come from?
man, my uncle Scooter, man, loved Duke, and my uncle Michael Taylor used to love Michigan, the Fab Five.
Because COVID
And
saved your ass from buying me a bottle of motherfucking Douce.
hey,
COVID saved your ass.
hey, you know I'm gonna. Hey, I ain't never turned down a Duke bet. I know we gonna lose. If you want to bet, I'm betting. I don't care what it is, man. You know Duke on, man. I don't care. Bet whatever it is. Hey, my uncle was a big Duke fan, man. I don't even know if he was a big Duke fan. He was just rocking with Duke at the time with Chris Laettner, Bobby Hurley, and my other uncle Michael Taylor loved Michigan. Fab Five.
Mhm.
So we used to be at my grandma's house. They used to be going back and forth, when they played, and Duke used to always win. So I'm 6, 7 years old. Of course, I'm gonna go with the winning team. I'm like, keep winning, Uncle Scooter, keep winning. I'm Duke, I'm Duke. And then as time kept going on, Grant Hill, AJ Reddick, Jason Williams, Battier, a lot of those players, I just fell in love with because I just kept watching them, and my uncle he kept watching them, man. So I just turned into a big Duke fan. I might be the biggest Duke fan in Houston.
Man, you gotta be, bro. You the only nigga I know that you grabbing the jersey, putting the jersey on. You
Man,
even did
I
the
done
music.
been
You even got the music with the Hennessy video
man,
where
I
you
went down to
in your Duke Blue Devil jersey, bro.
man, I done went to Durham. No, I done been to about 6 or 7 Duke games. People don't even go like going to a Duke game is like a bucket list. You don't get in Duke games. Some of them games I done been to 6, 7 Duke games.
Hey man,
I'm
you.
going.
What about these Rockets though, man? We finna crank the NBA season back up. What you think they gonna do, man?
Man,
Or you
you
riding
know,
with Bron?
I'm never betting on the Rockets again. Period. I done lost so much money betting on the Rockets. When Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Clay, all of them was hurt. I say this is it. I, we got this one, man. I betted it, man. I say we going. We got to. All we got to do. Kevin Durant out. Ooh, we up and we lost. And then the game 7 when we missed 20 some three. I say, look, man, you ain't never got to worry about me even putting a dime on the Rockets ever again.
Man,
I never
man,
no.
Chris Paul hurt it, pulled his hamstring, man. That hurt my heart. That
Man,
shit
yeah,
hurt
but
my
man,
heart,
we got
bro.
to finish that. And the next one, you had Curry was banged up, Clay was banged up, Kevin Durant was out. I don't even know the players they had in the game playing. I don't even know who was on the Warriors roster on the court. And Quinn Cook and these boys getting in, man. I don't even know how you explain it, how you lose that game.
Man, what you
Two
think
of
them?
them,
What you think the Texans gonna do?
man, the Texans gone. I've been saying, I said last year was gonna be Bill O'Brien last year. This year is gonna be Bill O'Brien last year. I don't
Man,
know how he keep barely squeaking through because the Texans keep making it to the playoffs, but they just the same team. They not making no improvements or nothing. And you have these teams like in the division, like the Titans. All these teams then flew past the Texans.
man, because Bill O'Brien be on the sidelines drawing play on the dirt.
Like you got the Chiefs, like they can't. Like we was up. I betted on that game. I'm like,
Man, I
man,
did too.
they
Big money.
spotted us
I
like
had
21
500.
points. They
I
spotted
bet.
us 21 points. I'm like, I'm gonna take the points. Ain't no way we gonna lose that bad, man. Then we went up. I was like, oh yeah, it's over. I'm online shopping and everything. I'm looking for stuff to put in the basket. I'm talking about my basket full. I'm ready to just hit the button. I'm man. All I hear is I say, oh man, them boys came, Chiefs came, man.
Now, who's giving you some of the best advice in the music industry? Like, so who gave you some of the best advice?
Man, person who gave me the best advice, 2 people, Bun B and Paul Wall. Probably the best advice I didn't got was probably from Bun B. I had a talk with Bun, man. He told me he dropped a lot of jewels on me about a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff he told me I carried it with me. It helped me make a lot of decisions, a lot of good decisions, and decisions easy to make from his experiences of what he been through. I see it playing out, and I'm like, nah, that ain't the way I want to go. That ain't what I want to do.
What kind of, if you could share a little bit about that advice, what kind of a little bit of advice that he gave you? Don't go, you ain't got to go into detail.
Man, first by being yourself. That's why I was so comfortable with leaving my last situation. Because one of the things Bun told me, he said, "Man, listen, you are a different type of rapper. You don't rap trap. So it's gonna take time for people to connect to what you do. You know what I'm saying? But once you get that fan base, they gonna stick with you forever. You know what I'm saying? I see J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar in you. You gotta stay in that lane. Even if somebody like P. Diddy wants you and you be like, okay, I'm going to sign with P. Diddy. He wants you to do all these girl songs and all that type of stuff. Man, you will be depressed on that stage every night performing songs that you don't want to do or living a lifestyle you don't want to live because the record label and all that, that's what they want you to do. When you sign that contract, that's what you got to do. So that was like the most important advice. And then Power Wall told me the same thing. Some of the songs the record label wanted him to do, he didn't want to do them, but he had to. So when he was on stage performing these songs, it just it make you not even want to do music no more because if you do music from the heart like me, you're not gonna want to do these songs. You're not gonna want to do a song. You walk in the studio and the label already got the song done. They already got the singer who's singing on it. Whoop whoop. They say this we want you to talk about. Do a verse right here, and that they blow that song up. It become the number 1 song, and you got to keep doing the same song. You don't even like. And both of them told me, man, it's the worst feeling in the world. The worst feeling in the world. I say, man, well, you stay in your own lane, man. Do what you do. Don't let nobody change you from doing what you like to do. So that's one of the things I carried with me that he told me for sure.
Okay. Shout out to Paul Wall and Bun B, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what you got cooking next, man?
Man, I got the new project. I was working on the whole project in Atlanta before the pandemic hit. We was actually finishing it up. Then we was about to head down to LA. So I just been branching out, connecting more people in other cities, trying to get the ball moving a little faster. So I just been working on my craft, getting better. The CD almost done. I've been working with a charity. She been producing for me for a while. Mark, one of the top producers, and producing on Kanye project, Sci High. Man, Twister, Big Crit, anybody you name, he didn't produce for him, man. And he heard my music, and I'm one of the best. So he been introducing me to all type of people, man, and
Now, have
everybody.
you had a chance to meet Mike Dean?
Huh?
Have you had a chance to meet Mike Dean?
Mike Dean, haven't had a chance to meet Mike Dean, man.
Okay.
You know, meeting Mike Dean not easy. You know, Mike Dean, he one of the people that do music. He in his house, he locked up where he at. He like that Lil Wayne. You don't know, they just pumping out, just working on the craft and love to do music. So
Hmm.
meet Mike Dean, you got to get up to that level.
Now, who's a producer that you would like to work with?
Man, producer I like to work with, man, Just Blaze, definitely one of my favorites. I love Just Blaze, Dr. Dre. I feel like Dr. Dre is Dr. Dre GOAT. I mean, ain't too many people, but I mean, it ain't nothing Dr. Dre can't do, or artists that he can't work with. I mean, he didn't work with from Eminem to 50 Cent, R&B, and I love Just Blaze. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, part of those two right there, my favorite.
Now, have you connected with any other up and coming artists in the city of Houston? Like,
Like
uh,
who? Like
you got Don Tolliver. Uh, I want to say Toby from the SWAT.
okay,
Uh,
I done ran into Don Tolliver a few times. Toby, really haven't met him, but a lot of people have been telling me I need to do a song with him.
yeah,
We need to get together on a track. So
I can
you
definitely
know,
see that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, everybody be man, you need to do something with Toby. You need to get together with Toby. So yeah,
And then you got the guys out in the Wolf Pack. Um, yeah,
the
yeah, but
Wolf Pack. Oh man, you
yeah,
know a lot of new. I really just be doing my own. I'm for like Propane, D-Lo. You know what I'm saying? That those was the people, Kirk Cobain's. No, that's pretty much my crew right there. The newer people, I really haven't connected with them or really got to do music with them yet. Cause I just really been doing my own stuff, man. I really don't have too many features. I like to get my whole CD done, and then if somebody can go here or go right there, that's when I reach out for a feature or something.
hmm,
But you know,
yeah.
I don't try to be friends with too many rappers, man. Like I tell a lot of people, man, my the friends I got now, I grew up with from when I was little. We ate off the same plate, we slept at the same house on the floor. Ooh, them the people I trust. I don't
Gotcha.
want to. Yeah, you can't be
Now, like
trusted.
Brick from the Wolfpack, he signed the what's that cat out of Memphis? Motherfucker, need to be beefing with Yo
Memphis.
Gotti. Yeah, he signed with a dude out of what's that dude name? Young Dolph. He signed with
Okay,
them.
okay.
Yeah, but he from the city. He a Mexican cat, but he from the city of Houston. And then you got a cat by the name of Marlino. It's a lot of dope cats in the city of Houston, man. You should connect with. I think y'all can make some dope ass music with. But as far as like who would be your ultimate feature? Like if you say, man, you know what, I can pick anybody to do a song with. Who would it be?
I don't think anybody, man. Shoes, man. I like so many people, man. Of course, Jay, Eminem. If I had to pick one, I'm gonna have to go with Jay. You get a verse from Jay, you all right.
Hmm.
It haven't been too many verses or songs I didn't hear Jay bring 100% or a jam. So Jay Z, one of my favorites for sure.
So now, do you feel like since you've been in the game for a little minute now, right? How many years? I mean,
Since 2010. The crazy thing about it, Bun B told me in 2010 that it take 10 years to really pop off to get that spotlight of where you want to be in this music game around this time now. And around this time, it took me all that building up to start meeting up, connecting other cities and other A&Rs and people that I need to meet.
now are you selective with your features as far as
Man,
like you jumping on somebody's song? Are you real
uh,
selective?
man, any song. If you paying me, I'll make myself like the song. I could make any song jam how I want it because I'm gonna get on a song and I'm gonna do me. But I don't really do too many. I don't really do too many songs about taking a lot of drugs and all that. People know my music, so when they come at me, they know they have certain songs or certain stuff that they gonna send to me to do, and I gonna send me no strip club song or nothing like that.
Man, the damn engineer lost the verse you gave me.
You told me that, man. I don't even got that verse. I don't even know what that verse is.
I was so hurt.
Man,
I
it
was
was
so
hard
hurt.
too. I say, man, I'm finna go hard for my bone here, man.
Man,
Dang.
that song's yeah, man. That's one thing I learned about the music industry, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker want to hate on you, man, they can definitely do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden your music come up missing, then you ready to throw a nigga in the trunk and everybody say you tripping.
Man, oh, so y'all ain't got into a little beef or something.
Oh man, I would, hey, anyway, that's a conversation off the mic, but you know,
Hey, I should have been watching you as anything off limits.
man, bro, I just learned, like, you know what I'm saying, like meeting these artists, man, like, I opened up for Chris Brown, Future T.I. I got a chance to meet my favorite rapper, Scarface.
Right,
Uh
right, right.
and just being backstage talking to him, I had a chance to meet Bun B and chop game up with him. And it's just like, man, the music stuff is cool. It's cool if that's what you want to do. But me, I'm a writer, man. I had the cheat code. I just love the experiences and just traveling and getting paid to do rap. And it was cool, man. But I'm on to something else. But hey, man, to everybody else that's doing out there doing their thing, you can go ahead and do it. But if I felt like if I would have stayed in music, man, I would have caught a couple cases by now, bro. Because
Yeah,
because
man. You
people
know, man,
because
with
people try to
music,
play with you.
people play with you, man. A lot of artists are weird, man. You run into a lot of artists that's really good at their craft. They be kind of weird people. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You have some people just be quiet. Some people be just have a funny vibe about them. But when they get in that booth and they play music, it's all in the music.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you're gonna have some people who lie in the music and live a whole totally different life.
Mm-hmm.
Those people just lie about anything. Them the people you stay away from. Man, if you can get on your song and straight lie like that, and then you living a whole different total life, then I conversate with you, and you talking a whole different, man, I can't. That's bipolar right there.
You can't fuck with it.
Nah, man, I
Hey
can't.
man, before I let you get up out of here, man, go ahead and spit some bars for the people out there, man. Let them hear some bars, man. I know you keep some in the tuck.
Oh yeah, all the time, man. This the power the people hate to see. I hate to see all in your face, but I'm trying to make you see the difference between real life and shit that's make believe. Play with me, been eating these niggas since I had baby teeth. Play with me, my sister will get you. They call her baby teeth. Make America great again. They call it slavery now, but we ain't marching with Dr. Morton, Gus Working. Start shopping like Barry Larkin. Where you parking? My nigga, I'm parking right where I'm parking. Biggie parking. I look like I play for Miami Dolphins. My apartment. We grew up eating bread and sausage. That was breakfast. For dinner, we eating bread and sausage. That was no talking. We just living. And we still drinking. They just kidneys. H Time got more than just Britney. Come visit. And you'll do more than just witness. Niggas He swung on a woman, swung on the infant, trunk lifting. He swung so wide it should be in the book of Guinness. And we still sipping this forever the life I'm living. And we eat French's it's forever the life I'm living. Yeah.
Dante motherfucking Higgins, man. Hey, go ahead and tell people
I'm
how they
like,
can go ahead and find you, man, on your social media and follow you.
Man, you can follow me, man. Everything is my government name. Dante Higgins, DanteHiggins. My Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Dante Higgins. If you're looking for merchandise, Good Forever. I got my brand called Good Forever, man. We give back to my community. Backpacks, we give food, we do toy drives for Christmas. Make sure all the kids got Christmas gifts. And it's called goodforever86.com or goodforever86 on Instagram. Go check out the shirts, man. People buy shirts from all over the world, man. Egypt, everywhere. They rocking Good Forever. And I
Already,
appreciate
man.
it, man. I appreciate this interview, man. Appreciate you
Man,
rocking with me for
no
years,
problem,
man.
bro. And this your boy 45, man. It's been another edition of Hot Seat. You can hit us up anything Top Down Magazine on all platforms, anything Top Down Magazine TV on all platforms. If you want to be on the show, man, just hit me in the DM and we can work something out, man. It's another edition of Hot Seat. Yep.